What up, YouTube? It's your boy Ace Boogie, and I'm back with another reaction video. We're gonna take a deep dive in content found on TikTok and YouTube, the most creepiest and weird videos you can ever see. So if you like this type of content, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell button. Meanwhile, let's get straight to the video, man.
Awesome!
Who was out exploring Nevada on his motorbike with his family. They'd heard rumors about an abandoned mine called McCoy Mine. And naturally, curiosity got the better of them. So, they headed inside. But what they found is something I can't stop thinking about.
Do you see that reflection? You're trying to...
Oh, Jesus, what the fuck? It's shoe.
Oh.
Did you just say shoes, mate? Are you mad? If I see a pile of shoes, the first thing I'm doing is getting a machine gun. That's mad.
Okay, wait, don't move by it. So that's bone over there?
Shoes and bones now. He said bones, mate. Oh, mate. Definitely. That's a mad tip.
Yeah, that.
Check it out.
So this is nothing really concerning. It's just a pile of shoes and some bones in here.
There's like bones. There's
A
bones.
pile of shoes and bones. Down there.
Mate, that's insane. Piles of shoes and bones. Now, you know that just doesn't look good straight off the bat. Now, think about it. All the missing people that go missing every day and that probably end up in places like this. I mean, come on, no animal's going to do that. Yeah, if an animal attacked you, like a bear or a lion, whatever, they ain't filming hiding shoes, mate. They just tear you apart right there and there, mate. And they don't go around hiding shoes. So that's no animal. That is just insane.
Well, that's really getting to use this pictures. Thanks, Jane.
They stumble upon a pile of shoes. At first, they're confused, thinking maybe it was just old trash left behind. But the longer they stare, the more wrong it feels. Still curious, they decide to take a closer look.
Listen, if I'm a father now, and I'm going in there with my son, if we come across any tunnel like that, we'll see a pile of shoes, the first thing I'm doing is getting the fuck out of there, mate, with my son. Probably come back with a team, yeah, and double check and report it or something, but not when I'm with my kids. No way.
How old would you say these shoes are, Dad?
I mean, look at how many shoes there are. How many victims you think that is? That's insane.
That's a bone right there.
Look, there's bones in between the shoes. That's just mad.
Actually, there's quite a few bones in this.
Some of those trainers look fresh, them shoes and that. Some of them look so old. I mean, how long do you think that's been going on down there? You got some serial killer on the loose there, mate.
Way too big for him.
That's mad.
So, I kind of want to see what's in there. is that actually water? Yeah. Can we also go down so the camera can get a better shot of that skeletal thing?
See more bones. That's crazy.
He's not wrong. Hey, those are some.
I mean, they look like little kids' shoes. That's just mad.
Air one. I think these are old shoes. I'm not gonna touch them. Let's just back there. See the bones. Well, now we know the question. If we ever see something sketchy in a horror movie, we have people who keep going.
See more bones.
Okay, you can move up a little bit.
I can see a ton of bones, mate.
So this is water flows. It is?
I mean, look at that. Don't that look like a rib cage or a pelvis or something? That is insane. What is that? Let me know in the comments what you think that is. I mean, look at them bones, man. Mate, that's where you know you need to just get anything coming out of there, mate. That's insane.
Great. So we can't trust this.
Mate, I'll be out there with my kid, mate.
Well, it's like we trust about white people doing the dumb shit in horror movies. We always thought pile of children's shoes and bones instead of keep going.
Yeah, I'm not scared of horror movies anymore.
He goes, he's not scared of horror movies anymore. I mean, mate, you're in one.
So what do you think this is?
I think someone's joking. There's cowboy.
Look how many shoes there are. How many you think that is? 20, 30, 40, 50 victims or something? Jesus Christ.
Next thing is a bunch of shoes.
Bones, mixed in with the shoes, all stacked into one massive pile. Their first theory is that a mountain lion dragged remains inside, but that doesn't
No way, mate. No mountain lion at all.
explain all the shoes, and definitely not why everything is piled together so neatly. They end the video shortly after, clearly freaked out, and honestly I would have done the same. Because here's the thing, in missing persons cases, shoes are almost always the one item recovered. So seeing dozens of them, sitting on a heap of bones, in the middle of a mine, I don't know what that means. But I do know one thing. Whatever happened in that mine, we're probably not supposed to find out.
I'm not saying
Yeah, that's insane, mate. Let me know in the comments what you think was going on down there. I mean, that something out of a horror movie, mate.
moon landing was faked, but there's an argument that it's impossible for humans to leave something called the Van Allen belt. Okay, the Van Allen belt is this electromagnetic field that protects us from cosmic radiation. So that the belts themselves have heavy radiation. So if you go into it, you die. But also, if you leave the Van Allen belt, there's nothing to protect you from cosmic radiation, so you could die as well. So some scientists actually believe that it's impossible to leave Earth. Okay, we'll just die. I don't know how they were able to do this. And as you may know, right now, a lot of countries, America, China, are trying to get back to the moon. They're having a really hard time. Okay? They're having a hard time because NASA lost all the technology, lost all the footage, lost all the data. Oops. Oh well.
I mean, look, going to the moon is the highest rank in world history, yeah? And how are you going to lose data like that, yeah? Which is the highest rank if you apparently went there, yeah? That would be the highest data that you keep secure, but you just apparently happen to lose it. Come on, you know, NASA's always talking rubbish.
Okay. So how was NASA able to keep this secret? Well, guess what? A lot of their most important people were Freemasons. Okay, this is Buzz Aldrin, one of the 3 astronauts. He was a Freemason. Okay. John Glenn, the first American to orbit the Earth, was a Freemason, 33-degree Mason. Okay.
That's always talking rubbish.
The world famous Coney Island Parachute
Now, don't that look like Nikola Tesla's coil? Nikola Tesla's coil, mate.
jump. Look at this thing. You can see it from the Bell Parkway at night because they added like 40,000 LED lights. It looks beautiful. And I always thought this was here from when I was a kid. This is in Coney Island, right on the boardwalk. But this came from the World's Fair in 1939, which
1939.
we'll get to this week. Highly requested. Yes, people request stuff. What were they trying to get from the sky? Was this here already? Come on, people are going to be arguing with me. My grandma was on it. She lost her wig, blah, blah, blah. Make it make sense. Because, what was that over there? Look at those arches. I have no idea what that is, but you know I'm going there next. Look at those small windows, huge arches, the Atlantic Ocean right there. This parachute jump, allegedly, make it make sense. Looks pretty solid at the bottom. I thought this was here since like the 20s or the 10s. Turns out, no. Again, the World's Fair. What was going on that they built these massive things just to show off and then just destroy everything? Thank God they saved this. You know, what were they trying to tell us? They have airships, they have like cruise ships for the sky, grabbing energy? Or was it just for your grandma to know how it felt when your grandpa jumped out of the sky of a warplane during World War I?
That looks like Nikola Tesla's electric generating coil. I won't be surprised if it's generating electricity underground, pumping bare electric for free to underground cities that they got hidden underneath those tons of tunnels down there apparently. But yeah, never know. Yeah, let me know your thoughts on that. But yeah, people won't just build that for fun to make it look attractive or for parachute jumping. I reckon it's for something else. Probably is generating free electricity. I mean, they do hide all this kind of stuff from us, don't they?
Holy shit. That can't be real. What is it? It's Ebola. Sumerians used it. They put those tokens inside the clay pot and marked the day commodity was delivered. It's 5,000 years old.
No, it's actually 6,000 years old. You were looking at the world's first futures contract.
Must be worth a fortune.
Do you want to hold it?
Kidding me?
No. Just be careful, because it's worth a lot of money.
Shit! Oh my god. Oh shit!
Dean, go find a broom.
Okay. Please tell me that was insured. I'm so sorry.
Insured? That was priceless. There are only 17 bullets in the entire planet, and every single one of them is locked in a museum.
It's a fake.
But you thought it was an original. And why? Because the perception of reality is more real than reality itself.
Straight facts. So you make it.
Did you get this one? Did you see it? What you just saw here wasn't just about an ancient coin or a fake artifact. It was a masterclass in how perception creates your reality. The kid believed he just shattered something sacred. His body reacted, his mind flooded with guilt and shame and panic, but none of it was real. The object had no real value, only the meaning his mind had projected onto it. That is the actual psychology of perception. Your nervous system doesn't respond to the world as it is, it responds to the world as you think it is. Your beliefs don't just filter your reality, they are forming your reality. You're not seeing the truth, you're seeing your interpretation of the truth. So when the man says, you reacted that way because your perception of reality is more real than reality itself, he's reminding us of something very important. The illusion you believe in has more power over you than the truth you choose to ignore. So what's the illusion, the story you're telling yourself? That you are abandoned, neglected, rejected, or that you're not enough? Change your perception and the entire world around you changes at once. Master your story and shape the lens, because knowing will always outdo proof. In order to change the game, you have to adapt the player. In order to adapt the player, a breakthrough must occur. For more information like this and how to break through, just click on the link in the bio. And you know what? I'd love a follow. And remember, live life inspired.
Straight facts.
Can you tell us a secret about Steven Spielberg? He eats babies. Whole babies.
And that person happens to be a Hollywood mogul. And that person needs to be exposed. I have the heart of a small boy. I keep it in a jar on my desk.
I bet you get a lot of mileage.
You know, that's Hollywood for you, mate. They just tell you straight in your face. They don't even hide it. I mean, that's just some sickening shit.
That way.
I have never used that line before in my entire life.
Greg, I'm not saying any of this is true, but here's what's weird. Every few years, the same exact rumour pops up in Hollywood. Different interviews, different decade, different clips. The storyline never changes. And every time one of these old videos resurface, people suddenly remember all the comments, all the podcasts that sounded almost identical. Fans will always defend him, and that's pretty obvious. But that's not the point. The point is, why does this rumour refuse to die? Why does it circulate for years? I'm not accusing anyone, I'm just looking at patterns. The repetition. What does that say? Because I can tell you, there is no smoke without fire.
This is for those of you that aren't awake yet that need lesson 101. Pay attention. This will change your reality from here on out.
Anything outward from the center. So that is south and that is south. East is right around the center. If you are here and you go east, you would end up in the same position. West is the opposite. If you are here and you go left around the center, then you would end up in the same position. So this is how the sun truly works. This is why we have 4 seasons. We have 3 tropics. We have the Tropic of Capricorn, the Equator, the middle ring, and the Tropic of Cancer, the inner small ring. The sun rotates doing a big circle into small circle, then back out from the small circle back into the big circle. The northern people are the people below this ring, which is the equator, the northern. When the sun is in the small ring, the Tropic of Cancer, this is now the summertime for the northern people. But then it spirals back out to the equator, which is Libra, and then back out to the Tropic of Capricorn, the outer ring. That is now the winter time for the northern people, and the summertime for the people in these outer lands. Then the sun, once it's done in the winter time, the Tropic of Capricorn, it will slowly spiral back inward and repeat this process every single year.
You do not live on a big wet spinning ball chasing the sun aimlessly to nowhere. All your senses tell you that. We live on a flat, stationary plane with endless lands.
Anything out.
Yeah, that was pretty deep. Pretty good information.
On September 29th,
What the fuck is that?
2010, at approximately 9:30 p.m., the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office in Washington State received a call.
Out.
On September 29th, 2010, at approximately 9:30 p.m., the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office in Washington State received a call. The caller was Janet Warren, a 63-year-old woman who lived in the town.
Well, I gotta see that one more time. Did that thing have a tail or something? That's smart.
On September 29th, 2010, at approximately 9:30 p.m., the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office in Washington State received a call. The caller was Janet Warren, a 63-year-old woman who lived in the town of Forks, located on the northwestern tip of the Olympic Peninsula. Her voice sounded frantic and she spoke rapidly. Her neighbor, Ray McClelland, had not been heard from in 3 days. She last saw him on September 26th when he went into town to buy groceries.
Ray lived alone in a cabin deep in the Olympic National Forest, about 20 miles from Forks, far from any roads. He had no phone, only a radio, but it was silent. Janet was worried. Ray
It's got some tail on that, some skinny looking legs. It looks like a cross between some, I don't know, like a dog or some half humanoid looking. What do you think that is? You think that's AI? Do you think this is bullshit, or you think this is real or something?
was 68 years old. His health was not perfect. He could have had a heart attack or been in an accident. The dispatcher on duty took down the information and passed.
The thing I don't get is apparently he's a hunter. But how come he's not carrying no handgun or no rifle or not even a knife? I mean, they do carry belts, don't them hunters, and carry a little knife on them. Perhaps maybe he left it at home just having a rest at the time. But yeah, if anyone knows anything about this story, please let me know your thoughts.
The call to Deputy Sheriff Michael Torres. Torres had worked in the county for 7 years and knew the area and its people well. He knew Ray McClelland, an elderly hunter and Vietnam veteran, a recluse who, after his wife died 15 years earlier, had moved into the woods and built a cabin on rented land in the national park. He came to town once a month for supplies, mail, and ammunition. The rest of the time, he spent hunting in the woods, fishing, and living off the land.
That's what I'm saying. A hunter always has his tools with him. Where was his tools at the time? Maybe left it behind in his little cabin at the time. But boy, that's not a good thing to do, is it? If you're going to be out in the open forest, you definitely still want to carry a knife on you.
His neighbors respected him, although they considered him a little eccentric. Torres called Janet Warren for more details. She said Ray usually visited her once a week for coffee and a chat. On his last visit, on the 26th, he seemed fine. Nothing bothered him. He said he had seen a lot of fresh deer tracks near the cabin and was planning to go hunting. He said his usual goodbyes and left in his old Ford pickup. From then on, there was silence. Janet asked a neighbor boy to go to the cabin and check it out. But the boy came back scared and said Ray's car was parked nearby, but he wasn't there. The cabin door was open and it was a mess. The boy didn't dare go in. He was scared. Torres decided not to delay any longer. He grabbed a flashlight and a first aid kit, entered the coordinates of Ray's cabin into his GPS, got in a service jeep, and hit the road. It took him about an hour to get there from Forks. Most of the way was on paved Highway 101. Then he turned onto a 12-mile dirt logging road into the forest. The road was narrow, rough, and in some places rain-worn. Olympic National Forest is one of the wildest forests in the continental United States, covering about 1,500 square miles.
That's pretty strange, you know that. Now, do you think that was AI, or do you think that's actually a real story? If anyone knows anything about that, please let me know. Mate, if I'm gonna go to a place like that, yeah, in the middle of the night camping or anything, I'm definitely carrying my tools with me. Yo, mate, you know what I mean? I ain't taking a risk like that.
Have you ever seen the clip of Obama giving Biden the Medal of Freedom? Doesn't look like he's very excited. In fact, he looks terrified. Now I'm gonna let you watch this, and I just want you to look at his face. He doesn't look like a man holding back tears of joy or excitement. He looks like a man that's terrified.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm so terrified. Hey, mate.
And about to lose his soul, perhaps. What's this Medal of Freedom really about? Is someone being let free into him? I'm going to show you another clip after this that kind of goes along with what I'm saying. Like I said, he doesn't look like he's excited.
Yeah, look at Obama. You got to look at his stiff face. Yeah, that's Obama guy. Yeah, you're part of our entourage now, mate. Yeah, you ain't got nowhere. You say anything wrong, you're a dead man walking. But he looks frightened, I ain't gonna lie.
He looks terrified. Now, I know we live in a spiritual world, and I can't say for sure.
He looked like he shit himself.
What's going on here? But I have my suspicions. And I want you to watch this next clip, like I said. And also look, that's original Joe.
What people call the black sun, the core, is actually projecting a map on the moon of the earthly realm. And this is where you'll see here. You need to think about mirror as a projection. And when you flip the moon in reverse, you'll see that it holds an entire map of the realm that we live within. Has all the continents, everything's there. And this is not just, like I said, I want to give you guys actual things that you could see visually and you could do for yourself. But when you're out of your body and you're accessing the other side, all this is available to you and all this is visible and seen for what it really is.
How many people actually believe you can get your soul out of your body, you know, astral projecting and stuff like that? I mean, people claim when they astral project, they get to go to another realm or time travel sort of thing. What's your thoughts on that? Has anyone ever astral project or anything like that? Don't get it twisted. I've tried something called DMT once, and boy, I had a real experience with that. I'll let you know about it next time. But yeah, I believe in astral projecting still. But yeah, let me know your thoughts.
I know a lot of people may not like to hear truth because it's harder for someone to tell you you've been lied to your entire life when truth is finally revealed to you. The moon is an entire mapping system of the realm that we live within, and also the realm that's pretty much cut off from us. There's other land masses. It's not just Australia, America, and all the continents that they tell you that is here. And you can access these when you're out of your body and see it. When people want to look at, get a better visualization of constructs, these are some images here that you could visually look at to get a better understanding, like seeing it. When you see something as I talk, sometimes it just clicks. The image on the left is essentially the construct of what I was showing in the beginning, but a single construct has multi-dimensional spaces and realms within a single construct. The one that we're in has 12, right? This is also where it goes into all the ancient civilizations have known about this. A lot of the history, this is what I said before, in the ancient texts, a lot of the texts are actually true, but they hold a lot of distortions because a lot of the texts and truth of the records have been destroyed within this realm. This is where you get the reset of things. This is where you get the giants and all those things. That was all here, but it has been wiped, the records. And so there's still, when you read books or you go into that, you could still find some truth, right? And it's still there. But when you leave your body and you access the other side, you access the records because all things, everything is available to all of us. That's all the information. Nothing is never truly lost.
Yeah, that's some pretty deep information there. So let me know, you lot, if anyone's experienced anything like that. Yeah, let me know your thoughts.
This 1691 map, wow. I mean, wow. I can't believe what I found on this map. And I have seen a lot of different things on maps, but this one here is so interesting. Go ahead and hit that follow button, especially if you like looking at old world history and things that just aren't there anymore. And especially if you like conspiracy theories, because this is going to be one of those videos. So, we've all seen where the map shows the moon, right? We've seen the guy that takes the moon and flips it and puts the earth and everything else on it. Well, look what I found here. What do you know? And by the way, it says right there, La Lune, which means the moon. And you can see all the continents right there as well. I mean, this is just crazy. I've never seen anything like this. Plus, there's verbiage on here that we haven't been able to translate. I mean, I've looked everywhere and put it through all different types.
It's pretty crazy that actually depicts the moon. And it's a very old map as well. So basically, and what they say is that our Earth reflects, or our Earth map is on the moon. So look at that. That's kind of interesting.
AI and looked in some old books and can't find anywhere. So the first one after that means, no, it says S-E-L-O-N, that means sun, Salon means sun, M with an exclamation point, and then Cassini, C-A-S-S-I-N-I. Don't know any of that. You'll see it all over the place here. but we don't know what that means yet. So first you see Mercury right here and the symbolism there, and then you see, and I'll go ahead and zoom in on Mercury if I can anymore. You see that. You zoom in on Venus here, you can see that as well. And I'll even zoom in here so you can kind of see that zoomed in. Zoom it out just a little bit for anybody that wants to be able to take a look. Sorry, it's a little shaky at times. But there you go, look at that. That's just crazy looking to me. Alright, I'm going to show you one other thing on this map, and then I'm going to do a part 2. Please comment with your thoughts on that right there. And the reason why I'm doing a part 2 is because I found some Holy Land, like literally an island of the Holy Spirit, and some other crazy shit. Excuse my language, shouldn't say that in the same sentence. Anyway, sorry. Alright, so check this out. Here's another one. I'm doing it this way because there's pictures here that can't be seen. But on this side, it shows Mars. Does it zoom in anymore? There we go. There we go. You can see this. This shows all the planets and the stars and the sun, all in a big map. Couldn't really make out everything, but thought that was really cool. And then right there next to it, you can see right there where it shows again. I'm not sure what that means. The only reason I'm showing a portion of this is because right next to it's a picture we can't show on TikTok. See how it says Mars, and then it says Salon, which means the sun right there. But then on the other corners you have that M exclamation point. What the heck is that? And then you have Cassini again. And then you have that symbol, and it looks like an explosion going back and forth. Comment what you think that crap is. I have no idea. That's so crazy looking. And then we'll go back over on this side here, and as you can see there, you have Saturn. We'll start off with Saturn right there. Look at Saturn, showing the cross and some other symbolism below there. And then again, that same verbiage right below. And then you have Jupiter right there, showing completely different symbolism there. And then all these people climbing to going to the middle, and then that same verbiage on the bottom. I don't know, I thought this was super cool. There's a lot of neat things about this map. I mean, a lot. We'll go back over one more time. So the reason why I did the video in the first place, which is this right here. The moon over top of the earth. Or the world, or whatever you want to call it. That's just too crazy and cool looking. Anyways, like, follow, share, and absolutely share your comments on what you think of this. I mean, this is just really interesting to me. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and until next time.
Yeah, man, that was a really cool looking map, actually. I mean, I had so much detail in it to go through. Wow. Yeah, it was a magic looking, hey, that was a good map. Very old, a lot of details and where. Yeah, it holds credentials.
9 single digits control our reality. Fact. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 numbers literally control our reality. Imagine rubbing out all them 9 numbers. This is the 0. The 0 is the absence of numbers. Now let's think about how powerful and influential and how much control these 9 numbers have on our reality. And just to prove there is only 9 numbers, after 9 it's 10. 1 plus 0 is 1, so we're back to the 1. After 10 it's 11. 1 plus 1 is back to the 2. After 11 it's 12. 1 plus 2 is back to the 3. It's a repeat pattern of 9 numbers and the absence of numbers, which is 0. There is only 9 numbers. These 9 numbers are literally controlling space. They're controlling money, they're controlling distance, they're controlling weight, bank numbers, telephone numbers, shoe size, clothes size. National insurance numbers, addresses, radio stations, TV stations, everything is numbers. Everything is moving through numbers. If you can imagine now, numbers are raining down through you. You've just paid your phone bill, it's gone to zero, okay, and then it starts again, accumulating numbers. You've just paid your mortgage, it's zero again, and numbers are accumulating. Gas bill, phone bill, petrol running out, you name it. Numbers are literally controlling you, they're controlling reality. We are living in a coded reality, a coded holographic simulation. You could call it a matrix, okay? Just like the Matrix film, like many people are taking the piss, yes, this is a coded reality, and numbers are clearly shaping, governing, ordering, structuring, and literally controlling every aspect of our lives. So unlike a computer, which is ones and zeros, binary bits, this reality is also coded, but it's coded by the 9 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and the absence of the numbers, which is the 0. I have already showed you in previous videos that the primary mover of the matrix of the simulation is the primary number 3. And I've also showed you how the triangle is the sacred geometry, which is the true face and form of the creator. So we'll just follow the 3 rule. We'll call it the 3 rule, and we won't deviate from the 3 rule. The counterpart shape of 3 is obviously a triangle. And we'll just divide these 9 numbers into 3 equal groups. So the first group is obviously 1, 2, and 3. The second group is 4, 5, and 6. And the third group is 7, 8, and 9. We could literally now place these into a shape and form, because we know that for every 3 points it will always make a triangle. So this we can place as a triangle, this we can place as a triangle, and this we can place as a triangle. So we've got 3 triangles now which are controlling time, space, weight, economy, etc., 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 shaping and governing reality. So let's place these numbers into these 3 triangles. 1, 2, and 3 in our first triangle, 4, 5, and 6 in our second triangle, and 7, 8, and 9 in our third triangle. Add these together now, right, and we see what the gatekeepers of these 3 triangles are. This is looking like the 3 Pyramid of Giza code, right? We're not finished yet, nowhere near, but just humour me. 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 6. 4 plus 5 plus 6 equals 15. 1 plus 5 equals 6. 7 plus 8 plus 9 equals 24. 2 plus 4 equals again 6. So we've got this mathematical equation, this numerology kind of sequence system, which we can see is governing and shaping reality. It's 3 triangles in shape and form, and it seems to be controlled and governed by the 666. But that's only the start. Things are going to get really interesting from this moment on.
Yeah, that was pretty deep, you know. Yeah, proper matrix that is, isn't it? All leads back to the same number. It's a bit like 369. It always adds up to the same numbers. I ain't gonna lie, she just gives me the creeps, full stop.
Never stumble, and I don't need to be humble. Break down walls and there we go. But
They have it, Hollywood rappers and all that, mate, selling their souls and whatnot. And that woman just gives me the straight creeps, mate. Straight witchcraft. Right, YouTube, so this is where we've come to the end of the video. So if you're watching all the way to the end, thanks for watching. And if anybody who is watching who ain't subscribed, please subscribe, please like, And if you do like this content, please hit the bell button and you get to see more to come. So please hit the bell button. And meanwhile, I'll catch you on the next one.
Awesome!
Peace.